Salutation statistic supporters. This is a Stats MR. Returning with another presentation to sleep through. Today I will be going over 9 separate Sporcle quizzes. Quizzes will relate to each, which countries or which states in the US and countries in Europe have the biggest beaches. Also go over with the 50 largest countries by GDP. And we'll have some general geography related to outlines, except the outline won't be all present, it'll kind of flash. Then we have 2 flag quizzes for nations, one specific to Europe and then the other is kind of haphazard selection across the globe. And then we'll finish up with 3 sightseeing tourism quizzes. One in New York City, the other in London, the other in the country of Spain. Before I start the quizzes, I'm looking into some possible statistics videos. I'm thinking of doing one related to the Premier League. The difficulty with the Premier, so for instance, the Premier League in the United Kingdom, well, actually specific to England, because Scotland has its own league, but the Premier League in England and Wales, whoever finishes with the most points at the end of the season wins the league. So there's no postseason tournament. There are mid-season tournaments like the FA Cup, the Champions League, that they have, so you can't really do one for the postseason, so you have to kind of look at prior season data, see how that translates over to the next season. You also have to look at off-season moves, re-signings, or releases. So I don't know. I'm trying to cobble together some data for the Premier League about if there's a correlation between the prior year league finish and the subsequent year league finish, and how much money a club spends, if that improves it. So looking into that, I'd like to do. I think the Premier League starts in mid-August, so. Although one thing looking at the Premier League, I don't think any club has won 4 in a row. So, Man City will try to do something that hasn't been done before. So, but anyway, I'm kind of rambling at this point, so we'll start with the quizzes. Okay, let's start with the U.S. Coastline quiz. So, this quiz relates to which U.S. states have the longest coastline. It's the top 10. Now, an important point to note that this does not include coastline of the Great Lakes. So, Michigan, Ohio, New York, Wisconsin, and Minnesota are not going to be a factor here since we're excluding the Great Lakes. Okay, so you have to name the top 10 without making a mistake or else the quiz ends. So let's start. So the biggest or the largest state in the United States with the most coastline is Alaska. You have the Arctic Ocean, the Bering Sea, which again you border Russia, the Aleutian Islands, the Gulf of Alaska, and the Pacific. So Alaska. And then you have Hawaii, which is a set of islands in the Pacific Ocean. So let's see, we have 8 more. So I have to believe California would be in there. So if we look at that lake, that's bigger than Washington. Also looks bigger than Georgia, which so I'm going to say Oregon. Have Texas, Texas all along here. Plus there are a lot of islands like Padre Island, so I'm going to guess Texas. Louisiana is also, I think, one because there are a lot of islands from the Delta. The Mississippi flows out through Louisiana, and in New Orleans you have a lot of islands. So I guess Louisiana. Florida has to be another one. Then it gets complex. Well, it gets insane. So I don't think Georgia's enough. Well, let's see. North Carolina, that looks like a lot. Plus there's islands, the Outer Banks. So, okay, so now we're down to two more. So we have to think, okay, so it would be South Carolina, Virginia. I don't, of course there's that part of Virginia underneath Maryland that has coastline. I don't know that New Jersey, well, okay. So we have to decide between Virginia, Georgia, South Carolina, Maine, maybe Massachusetts. Now if we look at Maine, that looks bigger than South Carolina, plus there's a lot of islands. So I'm going to guess Maine. Okay, so now we have to decide between Massachusetts or South Carolina, because I don't, yeah, South Carolina's more than Georgia along the coast. So Massachusetts, so it's weird because there's the Cape Cod and Provincetown that kind of goes way out into the ocean and curls back. Plus there's Nantucket and Martha's Vineyard and some of the other islands. Let's see, South Carolina, I mean, is that, if we kind of go all the way up and around, I think that would be more than South Carolina, because there's not really any large peninsulas out of South Carolina, so I'm going to guess the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. Okay, so we got 100. Okay, so we've got the big wave in the United States. We'll go over, take the big wave over to Europe, do the European coastline next. Alright, okay, so now we're in Europe. So this quiz, we have to name the 25 largest coastlines in Europe. Now the way it works is you have to guess, and if you guess further down the list, then it will reveal more answers. However, if you guess one that's not one of the 26 biggest, then you lose. Here's some info. So, entire transcontinental coastline is used. So, countries that border the Black Sea, like the Ukraine, Bulgaria, Romania, that's included. Or, like say, if they border the Adriatic Sea or the, some of the other seas, that will be included. So, overseas territories. See, I think Greenland would be counted in Denmark's total because that's how they're kind of higher up on the list of, country sizes. Like if you exclude Greenland from Denmark, they're a lot smaller, so. Anyway, we'll start with the quizzes. Okay, high risk, high reward. So, let's see if we want to go. Let's see, well, Greece has a lot, with all the islands. That's going to be way up. Let's try Cyprus. Okay. Now, what would be smaller than Cyprus? Poland. Poland. Yeah. Because Poland borders the Baltic Sea, but there's part of Poland that borders the exclave of Russia, Kaliningrad, and Kaliningrad. Let's see, what would be smaller than the coastline of Poland? So, all those countries are large in the Western Europe. Yeah, and the Netherlands is always... I think the Netherlands has already been included, right? Yeah, Denmark, Norway, Sweden. Yeah, Netherlands is already there. I'm going to guess Albania because Albania has more coastline. Okay, that didn't really... Alright. So 2 countries smaller than... let's see. Now, maybe Bulgaria. Bulgaria. Okay, so we have to think about this. It would have to be in the Baltic Peninsula. Serbia, I don't think borders the ocean. I don't. Would it be Montenegro? Is Montenegro, does that have a bigger coastline than Romania? Of course, Romania loses some of its coastline to Moldova and the Ukraine. I'm going to guess Montenegro. Montenegro. Okay. It's a good guess. So, we're good to go to the beach for a holiday in Europe and the US. So, alright, we'll go next to the GDP quiz. Okay, so this quiz relates to the countries with a large GDP, the 50 largest countries by GDP. Under the more info. This is data from 2015 according to the IMF. So it's a little bit dated. Okay, give a little bit better view of the... Okay, we got 15 minutes. Let's go. Alright, so I'm going to start in South America. Start with Brazil. Argentina. Chile, I think there's a lot of mining in Chile, so I have to put Chile in there. Then I'm also kind of thinking of the population. So I believe in Colombia there's between 50 to 60 million people. So I'm going to guess Colombia. O-M-B-I-A. Same thing, Venezuela has a large population. Plus, if this is 2015, this might predate some of the recent struggles. Trying to think if there's any other country. Because, again, we have to be careful about making some of the picks because, well, if we pick lower than 50, then we'll lose the quiz. So, see, Ecuador is rather small. Bolivia doesn't have a coastline, which would impact. And like say Suriname, French Guyana are small. So I'm going to guess Peru. Peru is fairly large and has a coastline. Okay. Alright, so let's go to North America. So Mexico, that has to be in there. United States. And Canada. I don't think any of the Central American countries are big enough. be in the top 50, like Guatemala, Costa Rica, or islands, the Caribbean, like Jamaica or Cuba. So if we go to, let's see here, Australia. No, we'll go over to Australia when we get closer to Asia. So let's go to Africa next. So I think, so the largest country in Africa by population is Nigeria. I think they have like 230 million people. And Egypt, yeah, Egypt is in there. I think South Africa, yeah, South Africa is part of the BRICS, right? Okay, I'm trying to think any of the other countries. I mean, the Democratic Republic of the Congo has over 100 million. Algeria, but the problem is, like Algeria, a lot of that's desert, and South Korea has to be in there. I think so. I think Taiwan would be a separate country. But Hong Kong, I mean, technically Hong Kong's a territory of China. Try it. Yeah, it's not registering. Same thing with Macau. Macau would be a territory of China. Vietnam has over 100 million people. The Philippines has over 100 million people. Oh, Indonesia, that has 270 million people. Indonesia. Malaysia, I think, has around 70 million. And then Singapore, some massive ports in Southeast Asia that would have to be in there. So what else? Bangladesh too, that's like 130. Afghanistan has had a war for such a long time, I don't know that they would be there, even though it's a large country. Mongolia, I don't think has enough people. Oh, Russia. Iran is like 80 million, a little over 80 million. Iraq, it's been such a long war, I don't know. Oh, Turkey. Probably Israel. Let's see if we stay in the Middle East. Saudi Arabia. Trying to think anything else. Syria, I don't know. Jordan, I don't know if that's big enough. Bahrain's too small. Yemen and Oman, I don't know that those are big enough. Now the United Arab Emirates, there's a lot of capital infrastructure. In the top 50, they're probably close. I'll hold off on that for now. Think anything else in Asia? There's Myanmar, but Myanmar's had a lot of sanctions. Laos and Cambodia, I don't think would be top 50. Timor-Leste's too small. Brunei's too small to be top 50 GDP. Thailand. Yeah, Thailand. I don't think we've had THAI. Thailand. Yeah, Thailand's in there. Okay, so that leaves Europa. Alright, so start off United Kingdom. Deutschland. France. Italy. You have to include Spain in there. Oh, I forgot. This is not Europe, obviously, but I forgot to include Australia. I was talking about Asia. In Australia, it's a separate continent. I know, but it's, close to Indonesia and Singapore and all that. Okay, so Spain with Portugal. Portugal has over 10 million people. I'm going to get, okay, so yeah, it's in there. Uh, the Netherlands used to be way out. Netherlands. Yeah, so I think Belgium has over 10 million people, so I guess Belgium. Poland has, what, 40 million, yeah. Switzerland. I think Switzerland would have to be in there, yeah. But Austria. Well, I'm still missing 8 countries. I think Austria would, yeah. Let's see, we guessed Poland. We guessed. Trying to think what other countries are in Europe. Blanking out here. At Germany, we had Switzerland. Don't know the Bulgaria, Romania. Oh, Ireland. Ireland might be, yeah. So, the Nordic countries. So Denmark. What's the? But Finland. It's a large country, but I'm unsure of what the population of Finland is. Okay, I'm going to guess Finland. I don't know this though. Okay, yeah, so we got 2 more. Okay, so what other country in Europe has Greece? I mean, I know Greece had some economic difficulties, over a decade ago. But still, I think they have over 10 million people for the population, and they have a lot of tourism. Greece. I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say Greece is in here again. Okay. Wow. We got the. Okay, so we have to think. So, North America, I don't think any of the Central American, like Guatemala, El Salvador, Belize, I don't think they're big enough. South America, I don't think Ecuador, Bolivia, or the 3 countries, Guyana, French Guinea, or Suriname are big enough. Asia, see, there's a lot in Asia, like it could be Qatar, New Zealand. New Zealand's probably on the border, of top 50. There's also Mongolia. I just don't know that Mongolia has the population, though. And there's Africa. There's a lot of countries in Africa with a large population, but I don't know if it's top 50, though, in terms of GDP. Okay, so I need to think about this. So Myanmar saying no because of sanctions. Iraq, no, because of the. I don't think. Let's see. Nepal and Bhutan, I just don't. They're landlocked countries, so I don't know that they would. Afghanistan, the war, no. So I'm trying to think what European countries. So would Slovenia or Slovakia? I think Slovenia and Slovakia. I don't know if their populations are big enough to have a top 50 GDP. See, there's Bulgaria and Romania has a large population, but again, it's a former Soviet country, so I don't know. Top 50. Ukraine, same thing, former Soviet country, I don't know. Maybe. What? Czechia? Is the Czech Republic? I think they have over 10 million people. There's a lot of people that go to Prague. Beer is popular there. They get a lot. I think, yeah, they have a bigger population like Montenegro or Albania or North Macedonia or though. See, and I don't. Some of this could also be the price of oil. I guess Qatar, was the oil that expensive into that? I don't think oil is that expensive into that, so that could lower Qatar's. Okay, so Qatar, New Zealand, or Czech Republic. I'm going to guess Czech Republic or Czechia. Okay, there we go. Guessed right. Had a 33% chance. Guessed right. So that's good. We're on a good streak. So next we'll do the outline quiz for countries. Okay, so this next quiz, we'll get an outline of a country, but we won't get the outline at the same time. It's going to slither across the screen. So I'll try to interpret the outline, you know, as it kind of snakes across the screen. You see the slithering outlines, you see Ka from Jungle Book. Alright, so we have 10 questions in 5 minutes. Let's see how it goes. Okay, it looks like Florida, Maine, Michigan. Oh yeah, that's the United States. Alright, let's. Alright, so. Is that India? Yeah, looks like Kashmir. Then it's Bangladesh. It's kind of going around for Bangladesh. Yeah, Bangladesh is right there, so. I guess Bangladesh. Or no, not Bangladesh. India. Let's see. Okay, so it has very straight lines. Kind of. Is that Mali? Is that the border between Mali and Mauritania? I think it's Mali. Okay, that's a very, very long country. So I have to say Chile's the longest country. That's also, you know, not very wide, so. Let's see, what is this? Looks like it kind of curves like a swoosh. You know, south outlining. So I think it's South Africa. What is this? Is that Croatia? Yeah, yeah. This is. I don't. You know, that reminds me of Senegal because Senegal envelops the Gambia. And if you see the outline, like it kind of has, there's a big cut in and it cuts back out. So I think it's Senegal. Okay, let's see, what's this? That's not Italy, because Italy, there's two sides to the boot. Plus there's the island of Sicily. Is that Vietnam? Yeah, you got Vietnam. Vietnam kind of curves in. Okay, I think it's Vietnam. What's this? This is... Let's see. Is that Iceland? Yeah, it's kind of like northern Iceland there. Yeah, Reykjavik. And Iceland also curves down, you know, in the south, so I'm going to guess Iceland. Okay, so that was the outline quiz. So that's did well. Okay, so the next two quizzes will be related to flags. This quiz, it's a Europe flag emoji map, so it's a map of Europe, but it's in emojis of the flag, so I have to click on the right flag for the country. So 47 questions in 8 minutes. We'll see how it goes. Okay, so Andorra is between Spain and Portugal. Or no, it's not between Spain and Portugal, it's between Spain and France. Sorry. Malta is in the Mediterranean below south of Italy. Liechtenstein is between Switzerland and Austria. That's the crown. Ireland, you see the UK with Northern Ireland. You got Ireland. Vatican City is enveloped by Italy. Cyprus is also an island in the Mediterranean. So Slovakia, okay, so yeah, it used to be Czechoslovakia, but Slovakia is now an independent country, so Slovakia is there. Then we got Montenegro, I think that's Albania. I think this is Montenegro. Yeah, the red background of the Deutschland is there. Hungary. So it used to be the Austro-Hungarian Empire. Hungary is now a separate country. Romania. I think this, yeah, because you have Romania, then Moldova, then you, yeah, so Romania is. I have to wait for my mouse here. Okay, so Poland. Yeah, Poland and Monaco have the opposite flag, or the flags are flipped, but that's Poland. Croatia is along the coast. Because Croatia has the checkerboard on their uniforms, I remember from the World Cup. Switzerland is a plus. Denmark is above Germany, plus it has the Nordic Cross. Union Jack. So Estonia is the northernmost of the Baltic states. These are the Baltic states that border Russia. Greece, borders North Macedonia, Bulgaria, and Turkey. So that's Greece. Czechia is there. Albania. Albania's on the coast. Belarus. I think, yeah, Lithuania is north of Belarus. Yeah, Belarus is there. Lithuania, the Netherlands. Yeah, so the Netherlands and Russia have similar flags. Actually, if I remember correctly, Peter the Great did some work in the Netherlands and to learn how to shipbuild, and he modeled the Russian flag after the Netherlands flag. Ukraine, yeah, Ukraine's there. So San Marino is developed by Italy. Yeah, Italy is there. So Latvia is the middle of the Baltic states. Then you have Norway, which is it's along the coast. Spain is in the Iberian Peninsula. It's there. So North Macedonia is north of Greece. And Austria, again, is between borders Germany. Also speak German. Iceland. I think I need to scroll up for Iceland. Yeah, Iceland. Sweden has the Nordic Cross. It's there. Portugal is in the Iberian Peninsula. Bosnia, okay. So Bosnia and Herzegovina. So I think this is Kosovo. Yeah, Serbia, Kosovo. I think Bosnia is it's the yellow with the stars. Serbia is the eagle. Belgium, yeah, it's south of the Netherlands. Turkey is there. Then France, of course, is next to the United Kingdom. Spain, Belgium, Slovenia borders Italy. Luxembourg borders Belgium. Monaco is the country that borders the Mediterranean. France, of course, Russia is to the east. Kosovo is that part of Kosovo borders Serbia. Bulgaria is between Romania and Greece. Moldova, that's the eagle. And Finland is the last country. Okay, yep, so we got 100 there, so we'll next go on to another flag quiz. Although it's not Europe, it's essentially the flag changes, so you have to pick out which country it is. Okay, so this is a flag animation quiz. So, this animation will loop 3 times, and I have to guess what flag it is. Okay, so the blue background with the white star is Somalia. That's Vietnam. Oh, that's China. Let's see, what's next? Oh, that's Austria. And, oh yeah, that's Peru, because Peru and the Austrian flag are very similar. It's France, I believe. It's the Netherlands. Dutch flag. Oh yeah. Russian flag. Peter the Great changed it to resemble the Dutch flag. I think that's Czechia. Because they have that triangle. And this is, I think that's the Chile flag. Yeah. Okay, so we got all 10 of those right. So, we'll have 3 more quizzes. The next 3 are sightseeing. So, it'll be New York, London, and then Spain. So, I'll save, I'll start with New York, then go to London, then to Spain. Alright, so in New York, you have some photos. You have to pick what it is, which attraction it is, or event. Alright, so let's take a bite out of the Big Apple. Statue of Prometheus at Rockefeller Center. Yeah, see, I've been to New York, so that's... And the St. Patrick's Cathedral. So, New York used to be New Amsterdam. I actually think New York was swapped for Suriname. In one of the treaties the Dutch did with the English. That's New Amsterdam, the Empire State Building. It's the Times Square. Yeah, remember that on New Year's Eve. Central Park. I've been in Central Park. That's it. Lincoln Performing Center of the Arts. I think that's the Lincoln, yeah. The Knicks, that's the basketball team, ex-Benedict. Of course, you got the Macy's Thanksgiving Parade. Then you got the Washington Square Arch. And the Stock Exchange. Wall Street, I think the Dutch built a wall. Statue of Liberty. And the cheesecake, that's easy. And then the Brooklyn Bridge. I think that crosses the Hudson. Alright, so you don't have to apologize for that one. Like I say, I've been to New York, so I should be able to pinpoint the attractions. Alright, now we'll go to London. Alright, so now we're in London, capital of the United Kingdom. I will disclose I have been to London multiple times, so I should get all these right. We'll see though. I mean, anything is possible. Alright, strawberries and cream. That's easy. Great Fire, London. That's the painting. Trafalgar Square. Yeah, right there. That's right outside the famous Art Museum. Tower of London. That's the Crown Jewels. Traders Gate. Westminster Abbey. I've been there. They have a lot of famous people that are buried there. The double-decker bus. St. Mary's Axe. Houses of Parliament. So again, the Parliament is right next to the Big Ben. I've been in the House of Commons. Took a tour. I wasn't there for like BMQs or anything. Shakespeare's Globe. Been there. You can go either outdoors or if you go in the winter, there's like an indoor place. The Royal Albert Hall. It's that building. Wimbledon, of course, is the tennis on grass. London Eye is the Ferris wheel along the Thames. And the Tower Bridge. That's the famous bridge across the Thames. British Museum. So I've been there. You have to check. Most of the time they have the Rosetta Stone, but the last time I went they didn't. It's under renovation or something, and then the Elizabeth Tower with the Big Ben. Alright, my quiz of Spain. This one I'll probably miss some because I haven't been. This is over the whole country of Spain, it's not just one city. Okay, so this is the tourist attraction quiz for Spain. Now, or famous people in Spain. Now this one, I say I've been to Madrid once, but like say other cities like or regions like I've never been to Andalusia or Valencia or Galicia. You know, I just haven't been, so I might miss some of these. Anyway, let's start. Plaza de España, Seville. Or Seville. Seville. Okay, yeah, missed that one. Paella. San Lorenzo de l'Escorial. That's San Lorenzo. The Sagrada Familia. That's in Barcelona, I believe. Don Quixote. Yeah. Guernica, I saw that, and that's in Madrid. Alhambra. That's in Grenada, yeah. Churros, yeah. Salvador Dali. Rafael Nadal, famous tennis player. Flamenco dance. Riding of the bulls in Pamplona. Cibeles. Yeah, Teresa Avida. San Sebastian. Oh, yes. Okay, so that's about what I figured. Like I say, I've only been to one city in Spain, so it's still not bad. Okay. So that's it for the Sporcle Quizzes. Again, this is A Stats MR. Wishing that your efforts are positively correlated with results. So long and